heavy. So this one, that at least it made a poem. That's what about that, brother. It goes like this. This one's not working? Oh, danger. Let me change mics. My Beyonce vocals were too much for that other mic. Oh, awkward. I just made reference to Beyonce at the Chicano moratorium. So sacrilegious. Oh, Lord have mercy. It goes like this. This is our title bad. He says he wants to join the military to kill bad people. As I open up my heart, I want to tell him that there is no such thing as bad people, only people who have been pushed to the limits. I want to tell him that in class I read textbooks of a history in which his people was once bad, in which their bodies would be possessed by the demonic spirits, they would speak in tongues that were uncivilized. I want to tell him that even now in places like Texas, Kentucky, Mississippi, he is bad, that to them his skin is dirty, that no matter how much he's tried to scrub it to them, he will always be a Negro. I want to tell him that so many people think he is bad because he is black and bisexual, that he embodies the pits of hell, that sin is a much part of him like his skin. I want to tell him of times when slave mothers would drown their babies, rather see them dead than sold into slavery. I want to tell him of times when mothers would rejoice at the death of their children, rather see their spirits roam free than the little bodies hanging from trees. I want to tell him of places where people kill their babies because they are hungry, because entire villages are starving for justice. I want to tell him that even in the military he is bad, because they still have policies like don't ask, don't tell, and he should not tell anybody that he wants to join the military because it is scary, frightening to imagine that one day his beautiful eyes will see death, that one day his beautiful hands will take life away, that his face will be the last image someone will see and they will associate it with evil. He says he wants to join the military to kill bad people. And I want to tell him that there is no such thing as bad people, only people who have been pushed to the limits. And somehow, as we're sitting across from each other in this restaurant, we are being pushed to our limits because they are calling us faggots, they are calling us wetbacks, they are calling us niggers. And sometimes I wish I had a gun, a bullet to shoot for all the times I've been called a faggot, for all the times he's been called a nigger. Sometimes I too want to blow up in a room full of homophobes, take them to the very same hell they condemn me to. I too sometimes feel like ending this life and leaving with a bang, but I understand that guns are not the answer, that war is evil. I understand that this poem is a lot more powerful and profound than their hatred, that this poem is a lot more profound than their nuclear bombs, that these words are ammunition, and no matter how many times I get tired of speaking, all I have to do is open my mouth to be understood. He wants to kill bad people, and I want to tell him that he has no right, that killing is bad, that war is bad, those guns are bad, those bullets are bad. I want to tell him that he is not them, that he is not made of metal, that he is all flesh, that his body just looks like the rest, no different, that his body looks exactly like those they throw into pits, buried alive and mutilated, that his body is sacred like the many dead in war. I want to tell him that I'm just as perfect as the people he is thinking of killing, that even now someone is waging war on his people because beautiful black boys that look just like him continue to be blood sport to police officials. There is no such thing as bad people, only us who have been pushed to the limits. I want to tell him all this and more, but I don't because it's our first date and I don't want to lose him. Of course, there was no second date. I don't date oppressive brothers. I'm just kidding. Some people are into that though. Well, whatever. Javi, you like oppressive brothers, don't lie. This next poem, I just recently wrote it, so it's like all new and shit. So I'm editing. Um, but I wrote it for, Arizona, how oppressive they are and stuff. And so like when they came out with this new law, I was watching it on TV and I'm like, really? Like I was just getting over your fucked up law that you passed like 5 years ago. You want to throw out another one? Um, and I read these history books and it's the same repetitive shit like how people of color have been fucked over, right? And I'm like, damn, those motherfuckers don't get it. Like it's so fucked up. I don't wonder what's gonna take for them to get it. So I wrote this poem called "And They Still Don't Get It," and they never will, pobrecitos. One day they will know our names. One day they will look back at their history, read about the atrocities, the things they said about us, the way they treated us. They will examine their detention centers, their laws, their very system. We will come chapters in their textbooks, another story to tell, another civil rights movement. They will give us holidays, declare parades, call us American heroes. They will shout our names. Their hearts will be filled with hope when they sing our songs. They will call us martyrs, freedom fighters, and they still won't get it. They won't understand that we have been fighting this war for more than 500 years, that resistance is synonymous to our names. Will become Martin Luther King, Cesar Chavez, pictures, images that represent progress, that represent a moment in time in which hatred was propagated throughout the land. Today they call us faggots, wetbacks, niggers, the very same thing they call us back then. They demonize us, take away our humanity, and they still don't get it. Someday a president will sign a bill apologizing for all the pain, the bloodshed, for all the struggle, thinking it's going to solve the Trail of Tears, the Jim Crow laws, the Japanese internment camps, all those actions taken away to eliminate our color. They still won't get it, that our ancestors are still agitated, that this pain and trauma is passed down to our seeds, that this pain comes from genetic memory. They will think that all these marches denouncing their hatred were intended to gain their respect. They still won't get it. They will pray to our gods, cling back to the land. They will ask us about our secrets, how we have managed to survive. They will give us parades. They will find peace in our practices. They will meditate with us, pray in our temples, seek understanding in our teachings. One day they will see that we are not weak. They will celebrate us, parade us, tell tall tales of us, and they still won't get it. They won't understand that we are not their heroes, that we are not fighting for their honor, that we are fighting for our survival. They will name their tallest building after us, and it will slowly crumble because our names will not lend themselves to be the foundation of their temple. One day they will know our names, they will sing our songs, they will have the nerve to claim our dead as their own, and they still won't fucking get it. They will never understand that the reason we have been shouting for so long is because we refuse to die silent. Muchas gracias.
All right, y'all, one more time for Yosimar. That brother's dope. Okay, I'm calling up to the stage Prishni Murillo. Cool. Homegirl is a Bay Area organizer, and she is here to give you an update on Ruben Salazar. Make some noise.
¿Qué hubo, raza? So again, I too will remind you of why we're here today. 40 years ago, thousands of people gathered in East LA to call for justice for the Chicano community throughout the Southwest and for all oppressed third world people around the world. On that day, today, August 29th, 40 years ago, 3 people were murdered by the police department of LA. Lynn Ward, Angel Diaz, Ruben Salazar, presente. This week, we got news that files have been requested to release information about the circumstances that led to these murders. The one murder that has the most significant today is Ruben Salazar's. He was an LA Times journalist covering repression in our community, as well as inspiring many brown people to pursue justice, but also the craft of writing our history, the craft of reporting our news. 40 years later, we still don't know the facts. We know it was not a coincidence. I ask all of you to follow the news. Board Supervisor Gloria Molina in LA has claimed that she will push on the LA Department and the sheriff to release those documents and to be made public. Because just the same as that time, they were at war against Vietnam, we are currently in the war in the Middle East. And what Ruben Salazar was he was documenting and researching was the relationship between the CIA, the FBI, and local authorities in monitoring, infiltrating, and repressing local movements. So again, I call on all of you to stay your ear to the news, call for justice, and call for knowledge. Because it's more important that we know the circumstances of our spokespeople, the people that keep us updated on the realities of our community. We need to make sure we know. Too many of our young people are caught up on bullshit news about the trends, about who's dating who, about what's the latest rap song. When in reality, in our barrios and across the world, injustice is being done in our name. So again, remember, call on those spirits to protect us and to remind us of what true justice looks like. Because today, 40 years later, we're still calling for justice in these lands. Thank you.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna take a little break from this point on, but y'all can't leave. And I know each and every one of you. All right, right? Your face is imprinted in my dome. What I want to see is this. I want to see everybody get up. And I want to see y'all walking around the tables, because some of y'all I didn't see walking around the tables. Okay, don't make me take pictures and Facebook it later that y'all didn't sign up for something or put your name on something. Okay, we really do need everybody's participation in this. That includes sign up for some information, sign up, be part of a collective, or just sign up for whatever it is that, that they need a signature for. All right? All right, y'all. I want to see you getting up now. Oh, and then after the break, what we're going to have a theater group. And then finally, me. All right, all right, all right. So anyways, enjoy, take a break, stand up, walk around. Thank you.
Suavecito, suavecito, más rapidito ahora. Rapidito, rapidito, tembladito, tembladito, como el viper, como el viper.